and welcome to the spooky edition of
Really?
I was trying to make up a cool ship name for us all, of like, but then it didn't really work. I was trying to blend three names together, kind of makes it a little bit difficult.
It doesn't work as well.
So yes, I'm joined with the fabulous Trent and Luke, and we are here to do some like scary stories and some scary experiences and talk about some Halloween stuff. Just because it's Halloween and it's like fabulous and like the best time of year. Don't you think Halloween is better than Christmas?
I love 100%.
Okay, thank you. But I was about to just cut one of you and be like, what's your scariest story today? So, well, going on that story, do you have some really, really scary stories that have happened to you, things that you've been like terrified, or anything that's happened to you that's makes you gone like, ooh?
It's not scary as in like ghost stuff, but it's kind of like near-death experience.
Okay.
Me and Trent was in Australia last year, and I begged Trent because I wanted to go parasailing.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to go 3 times, but each time the weather was too windy. If it's too windy or anything like that, then it's really dangerous because they can lift you up in the air but they can't bring you back down.
Okay.
The last time we tried, we actually got into it.
Mm-hmm.
They put the parachute out, so they get it in the water and they check it. There's a hole in it. Finally, they got it working. The line is like this thin. That's all you've got connected to that and your harness that you're going out in. And I was freaking the fuck out because firstly it started getting windy. Second of all, I noticed on the wire it was like fraying in one part.
Yeah.
An hour before we went out there, I was Googling everything and saw people had died from it before. That it snapped off and they got blown away and they never came back.
Into the middle of the ocean.
Finally, we were the last ones and I was like, oh my god, we're the last ones, it's gonna snap on the fucking last piece. I was freaking out and I'm the one that wanted to do it. So it came our turn, we went up. I think we was up there for about an hour because they couldn't get us down because it was too windy.
Oh.
As soon as we went up, the wind came.
Straight away,
they couldn't get us down.
and I was holding on to dear life.
And then the harnesses kept making these like jolting noises as if they were gonna like break. So the
Did it-
whole hour we were up there, we wasn't enjoying it. We was like this, like,
Literally.
oh my god, we're gonna
And I had the
die.
GoPro and I was like, GoPro, it's really good. Get up for the vlog.
Let's hope that has a good stabilizer.
And literally, I had prepared myself to die. That was my near-death experience.
Oh. So I have. It's more like a really creepy thing that happened to me and my friends. We don't know why this person was doing it or what was going on, but I'm pretty sure it's like this is how horror films start and like people get kidnapped. So at my house back in Devon, back when I was in like school, like sixth form time, like 2006, 7 time-ish, I always used to have like house parties, and I would have like 8 of my friends come over. We'd stay up and like listen to like 90s music and eat loads of like rubbish food and play games and stuff and just have like a stupid time. And where I lived in Devon, there was like a park quite near my house. It was like maybe a 10-minute walk from my house, but the only thing is to get to the park you had to walk down a road that had no street lamps. It was always like, because most small towns are like that. Like, most in the like country lanes you don't get lights and stuff. We were all walking down to the park, getting ready to go to the park, have a good time, because this isn't the first time we've done it. We did it like quite a few times. It's like one of the 4 or 5 times we do it, and like gonna go play some games, really cool, can't wait. Started to walk down the street, and this car like came past us, which was really weird because it was quite late, like 10 o'clock at night, and the car drove past us. We were like, that's a bit odd, we've never had that before. Because again, it was a very secluded area, like no many people there. But we carried on going down the road, and then we saw the headlights coming back towards us, and the car came towards us, slowed down, paused right in front of me and my friend Hannah, and just stayed there with its beams on, like glaring at us, and we were like, what's happening? Like, why is this person just stood in front of us? And then obviously, because there's quite a lot of us, like the other guys started like coming up beside us and seeing like what the hell was going on. So like there was my friend Daniel and like Will and stuff, they were showing up. And then as more of us appeared behind us, there was a big group of us, the car like backed off a bit.
Yeah.
And then like drove past, and we were just like, what the fuck just what's going on? Why is that happening? What's this person doing? And as we're walking down, the car kept going up and down us, like constantly, wouldn't stop. And we were like, okay, this is getting a bit weird now. So we kind of like legged it quite fast to the park. Got to the park, was in playing the equipment and stuff that was there.
I can't believe you carried on
I
playing.
know, we were hardcore.
Yeah, what the hell?
And then like the car came into the parking lot in the park and then had his lights like glare at us, their lights glaring at us in the park, and we're standing there and we were all like, okay, now this is too far.
Yeah.
So we let all of us just like running towards the car.
I would've done
what
the same thing.
going on.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is going on? And so this person that pulled off and drove away, and we all literally just legged it home, and we were like, is this person like trying to kidnap us or something? The person didn't realise like what, like if those guys didn't come up behind us, would he have tried to get me and Hannah?
I was going to say,
would that
like,
have
thank
been-
God there was more of you.
yeah, like what was going on? Why was this person like just sort of stalking us? Like it
Yeah.
was so weird. I used to have parties all the time, and that never happened before. And we live in a small town, so like people could literally get kidnapped and people wouldn't know. Like it's that style of like area where it's so secluded. With Halloween and stuff, like what are your favourite like Halloween like moments? Have you ever had a time that makes you go, that was like a really good Halloween? Like,
You know what? There was
I live in quite a wealthy area in Australia. Our actual neighborhood done Halloween trick-or-treating. We just went from like mansion to mansion, and they were giving us like big ass bags, and it was all us teenagers just going
Gucci.
around giving us Gucci bags and Prada, and it was
we're talking about.
yeah, and it was just insane, and I loved it. We just like done that. Then we went to a park, and we had a guy run after us, follow us in a car. No.
So that's my story about trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Where my friend Rachel, we used to go trick-or-treating around our little village, and then she knew a place in Exeter where one of her friends lived. So we went to this place in Exeter and went trick-or-treating all around the houses and got loads of candy, loads of sweets, everything. It was really, really good. And then, so, went back to Rachel's friend's house, and then he had masks. So we put masks on and then did the entire estate again.
Shut up.
And no one knew that it was us. And we literally got like twice the amount of sweets and the whole thing. And as a 14-year-old, you're like, that is incredible, getting everything. Remember the whole estate twice with like masks on afterwards. It was so good. It was so good. So I love blah, 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 horror films. What are some of your like favourite horror films that you've got? My ultimate favourite is like The Grudge. I love The Grudge so much. I remember 2004, when it first came out, me and my friend Josh went to go bought The Grudge. Sat at my mum's house watching it, and it was like the first film that I kind of bought myself, and I was like, it's amazing!
That's good. I love The Grudge. I also love anything by James Wan. So any of the Annabelle series, any about the Conjuring series, but all those, the way I understand him, I know the way how he films and his angles and everything, and his kind of how he gets the jumps is different than just your average horror film.
Especially the new Annabelle, I'm obsessed with it.
It's really good.
That sounded really sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored, just so you know.
I've got so many favourites, but like my mum used to let me watch like when I was 2, 3, and she thought I was weird because I just used to love it. And I used to be like, more. But I used to watch Chucky, Nightmare on Elm Street. I was obsessed with Freddy Krueger for a while, but like obsessed.
You're a very brave child.
The ones that I hate, like I can't watch because they freak me out, is all the Saws. I still have absolute nightmares.
Was there any horror films that you had as a child that really scared the crap out of you? Because I remember when I first watched The Ring, I literally couldn't sleep for about a week.
Really?
Because I was like 12, and I remember watching The Ring, and it scared the crap out of me. Especially Blair Witch Project as well. When that came out, I watched that when I was like about 10, I would say. Again, completely screwed me over. I was like, why am I watching this? I was pathetic. No, I couldn't sleep for like weeks after watching those films.
Oh my god. You know what? Mine's actually really pathetic.
Bambi.
You know the movie Toys? The one where the soldiers come to life and they make Barbies. They make the Barbies come to life as well.
Toy soldiers?
Is it toy? Yeah.
But it's not scary.
Well, that's the thing. I thought it was so scary when like the Barbies came alive.
Oh really?
Yeah, and they had like their heads off, and they were like I love you, and they were like I was like bitch. And that's not even a horror film, but it was quite scary because I think I watched it when I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think when you're young. Like,
yeah.
So one thing that I've always wondered, and something that I don't think I could possibly do for real, is have you ever or would you ever do a Ouija board?
Yes.
Have you?
Oh, I have.
You have done one?
Yeah.
I would never do one.
So the thing I would like to, but I also think I'd regret it.
Yeah.
Like, so explain your experience.
So I was really young.
Oh, you're a messed up child. I was 7.
It was a sleepover with me and I think 3 friends. I was around my friend's house, and it was when I think it was a week after Princess Diana died.
Oh my god, I can see where this is going.
And for some stupid reason, we decided to make a Ouija board and try and contact Princess Diana.
That's so gay, it's crazy.
I know. Loads of creepy stuff happened.
Really?
Literally. Yeah, like there was loads of creaks, there was like doors opening and stuff like that, like scratches on the windows and stuff like that. So it was very, very scary, and that was my last Ouija board, but I'd never do it again.
That's the thing, so I made a video a little while ago called Ouija, and I faked using one, and even just fake using it, I was scared, like filming that. I was just like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. I was like, ah. Would you ever, out of curiosity, like, if you knew a house was like really, really haunted, there's no cases, would you go over and like spend the night in this area, like in that house, if you knew that there was so much paranormal stuff that happened? Because I think I would.
I would if I was with people. If I was with you guys, I think I would.
Do you know, because I tweeted a little while ago, and I was like, how amazing would it be to have like a load of YouTubers go and stay in a haunted house overnight?
I would love
and
that. I say a dream job, but I would love to do, you know, like Most Haunted and Ghost Hunters. I would love to do like
how amazing
that as a job.
Be?
I would love it.
Would you ever go into a catacombs?
What's a catacomb?
Where they put all the dead bodies and all the skulls across the floor. And
I would.
I think
is that one in France, isn't it? Paris?
Yeah, Paris has one underground. Yeah.
Wait, isn't that really haunted?
Apparently my leg tastes nice as the dog.
Stop it.
So I really hope you enjoyed this sort of like spooky edition of chatty story time.
Whatever you're gonna figure out.
If you have any horror stories, some of your favourite horror films, what were some of your favourite creatures, let us know in the comments below. You can go over to Trent and Luke's channel where we talked about ghost stories and like our most sort of like paranormal experiences and stuff. Hit the like button, subscribe, and go see them, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Happy Halloween! Bye!
Wow.